Yeah, today was quite a few unfortunate events out there, but you got to give LA credit. Thought they had a good plan.
The Arizona Cardinals have hands down the worst head coach in all of the NFC West. Now, this video is not going to be a video, cookie cutter, patty cake type of game. If you don't want any negativity towards Arizona Cardinals, this is not the video for you to watch. But I definitely think this is going to be my last time that I'm going to be talking about Kliff Kingsbury. I am up to here with his comments. I'm up to here with what I see, constantly looking lost. Let's dive into it deeper, why he's the worst out of the entirety of the NFC West. Roll that intro. Welcome back into another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for tuning back in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about Kliff Kingsbury. I really do hope this is going to be the last time I make a complete video about Kliff Kingsbury. I'm up to here with this guy. This guy has no passion in his voice. He looks like a straight robot, and I'm so tired of hearing him, his press conference. Honestly, I didn't even listen to the press conference post-game. One of my subscribers had to send it back to me. He said, hey, he said it again. Congratulations to the opposing team. They did a great job in executing, and they got a good game plan against us. I really do hope the next video I put out about Kliff Kingsbury is going to be that he is fired and he's let go from the Cardinals organization. Now, I wanted to talk about why Kliff Kingsbury is the worst head coach of the NFC West. Now, if we expect to win with Kliff Kingsbury, and we're waiting for next year, my goodness, we're going to be in for a rude awakening. I promise you we're going to be in for a rude awakening. Now, I get there's going to be a lot of people coming on this video and say, hey, man, trust the process. Now, I get it. There's nothing bad to say. This is absolutely your opinion. Now, this is my opinion in the matter. You guys are just absolutely more patient than I am. But what I have seen so far in the last 2 years is Kliff Kingsbury is not the guy. And this is the reason why. Right now, Arizona Cardinal fans are so accustomed to setting our bar so low. They're setting our bar to a 3-13 team, which had nothing to do with Kliff Kingsbury. You compare Kliff Kingsbury to Steve Wilkes and that whole era, Josh Rosen thing, he looks night and day better. And I completely agree with you. Now, his first year came in, he got 5 wins. Let's give him 5.5 wins. And then we go ahead and have this year, an 8-8 team. But let's be honest here, we're one Hail Mary away from being a 7-9 team. Let's be 110% honest here. We probably shouldn't have won that Bills game. I think one of the biggest problems I have with Kliff Kingsbury, short of him constantly always looking lost and not being able to adjust, is basically him not showing accountability to these players that are not doing the right job, is what I'm saying. He's seen to be a player's coach, which is going to be a coach that doesn't really have disciplinary action. Now, if he's doing that in the background, then I apologize. But as of right now, I see a young head coach that's way in over his head. Now, I'm going to give you guys an example here. And now this is probably speaking more to the adult generation that are watching this video here. Have you ever guys got a job in a startup company that's basically winging everything and basically saying, okay, let's try this. And if it fails, oh, okay, perfect. Here, let's give this feedback. Let's do this feedback. Let's try this next year. Now, that's what's happening with this Cardinal organization. They brought Kliff Kingsbury in, an offensive guru, hopes to basically light up this NFL with a different look, a different type of offense that we haven't seen before. That's what we were sold, if you guys don't remember. Now, what we've seen so far this year, it seemed to have actually start working. At one point, we were a 5-2 team, 6-3 team. Everything was looking great for the Arizona Cardinals. And what happened? Defenses started looking at tape. Defense started to see, okay, well, this team played them this way, and they got success. Let's basically copy exactly what they did, and it worked to a T. Kliff Kingsbury does not have the ability to adjust on the fly or even a game plan coming in. I'm not even going to get started on his play calling during games because sometimes it's very questionable. Like, I really want to say, like, what are you doing? Like, there's some things that I just do not understand. Now, this is the cards that were dealt. Is Kliff Kingsbury going to get fired? In my personal opinion, I don't think he is. Now, the reason for that is because the Cardinal organization, like a lot of fans, like I said, no attack here, but like a lot of fans, they're looking at a 3-13 win at one point. And they're seeing that we're progressing. But here's the honesty here, guys. There's no leadership. There's no culture within this Arizona Cardinal organization. And that's one thing that needs to be fixed. If you want to change this organization to a winning culture, Kliff Kingsbury isn't the guy. I can promise you that. We are one of the worst penalized team in all of the NFL, and it keeps happening time and time again. And that right there is an accountability issue from the head coach over to his players. This needs to get fixed, and it has not gotten fixed through the entirety of the season. Now, I still don't know what this identity is for this Arizona Cardinal team. We started off awesome, everything was looking good, and then we started to regress during the season. That's the complete opposite of what we want for this Cardinal team. Now, let's take a look at the other head coaches in the NFC West. Obviously, we have Kyle Shanahan, we have Sean McVay, and we have Pete Carroll. Let's be honest here, I think we could all say Pete Carroll's probably the best out of all four of them. And then short after that, it's going to be Sean McVay. For that last spot, there's going to be people debating Kyle Shanahan or Kliff Kingsbury. Whoever you want to go ahead and say. In my opinion, Kyle Shanahan has a Super Bowl. I don't care that he's got multiple losing records. He took a team to a 13-3 season. And that enough for me is enough to say, you're number 3, my friend. Congratulations. Although you lost that Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs, you're number 3. That's all I care about. And right on the bottom is Kliff Kingsbury. Now, let's take a look at Pete Carroll's complete success that he has had with Russell Wilson and himself. Now, they obviously have their head coach and they have their quarterback in Russell Wilson. Dynamite duo. They're going to keep rocking it out, and as long as they're both together, they're always going to be in contention to win the NFC West. Let's look at Sean McVay. He was brought in 2017. Guess what his record was when he came in to this organization, to a Rams organization that was struggling every single year with Jeff Fisher? Sean McVay comes in here, his very first year, he goes 11-5. The next year, 13-3. The year after that, 9-7. The year after that, 10-6. A consistent coach in Sean McVay. He's 8-0 against the Arizona Cardinals right now. Even with his starting quarterback out, even with his probably number 1 running back out, this guy is a head coach that is able to come up with a game plan to beat his opponent. Kyle Shanahan obviously doesn't have the best records out there. You can blame it on, injuries. You can blame it on everything that's currently going on right now. But he does have a Super Bowl run under his belt. Even when he was with the Atlanta Falcons, he was the offensive coordinator there. If you want to say it's a choke job or he's a choke job, I don't care. He's a better head coach than Kliff Kingsbury. Change my mind right now. The patient people that are out there, you guys are going to get your wish. I could almost assure you that Kliff Kingsbury will be here next year. Now, if you take a look at the records, we're only a 2.5 game better than we were the year prior with Kliff Kingsbury. Now we're 8-8. There's a lot of people that are happy. There's a lot of people that are in my position as well that we're just sick and tired of seeing what Kliff Kingsbury can do. But give this roster to a competent head coach. 8-8 is going to be the floor line of what we should have accomplished this year. We have a star wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. We have Kyler Murray, which was Offensive Rookie of the Year and was voted into Pro Bowl this year. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to do next year, but I feel like his growth is going to get stunted with this terrible play calling that we're seeing from Kliff Kingsbury. I am tired of seeing him. These are the main reasons why I think he is the worst head coach in the NFC West. If you're going to ask me again, is he going to get fired? He probably isn't, because our bar is set so low. If you're looking at the records, it seems like we're going up. That's the reason why he's not going to get let go. Do I want him to go? Absolutely. I do want him to go. There's absolutely no excuse for losing against John Wolford and CJ Beathard. Absolutely no excuse. And the biggest problem that we have right now is the fact that these play callings that's happening right now with the last drive that we had against this Rams game, with the draw, with the option play, when we're playing obviously to get a touchdown or even 3 points, that's the problem here. That's the problem with Kliff Kingsbury. This guy is way in over his head. If they do get an offensive coordinator next year, then that's cool. Awesome. But is it going to change? I don't know. We have yet to see it, guys. But as of right now, the Arizona Cardinal season is over. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's all I got for this episode. All right, later.